नो, वो मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ, फिर मैं उसी के अकॉर्डिंग फिर मैं आपको यहाँ डिस्कस करूँगा. दिस इज द, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, nowadays in the market there is a uncertainty. If we are working on the Boolean algebra, जो हम 12th में पढ़ते थे, 0 and 1, it will not consider the parameter of the uncertainty. So first, why we are using the fuzzy set theory? For the covering of the uncertainty in the market, because nowadays market is completely uncertain. In general, what is optimization? Optimization is a general term of the mathematics. It is related with the operation research, or in general we can say it is related with the decision making. This is the important part. Means if we are going to handle the real life problem, for example, if we are going to purchase a mobile phone from an exclusive store, exclusive मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ, उसी कंपनी के वहाँ पर है, exclusive store. We are going there with our friends, 2-3 friends, कि चलो मोबाइल लेके आते हैं, and we are discussing lot of things there. वहाँ पर हमने मोबाइल देखा, हम कह रहे हैं कि corners are very sharp, वेट बहुत ज़्यादा है इसका, such type of things we are discussing. But there is a camera, कैमरा लगा हुआ है, हम क्या सोचते हैं कि कैमरा इज, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ दैट कैमरा, कि कहीं हम कोई चीज़ चुरा ना लें. बट दैट इज द सेकेंडरी फंक्शन ऑफ दैट कैमरा if that is the exclusive showroom. Primary function is what? Feedback, to collect the voice of the customer in order to give the advancement in the coming products. What we are discussing, R&D को क्या पता चल रहा है कि क्या डिमांड होगी आगे, जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं that will be the demand in the next time. We are discussing, पहले कितना था, 5 inch डिस्प्ले, nowadays 6-7 inch डिस्प्ले, day by day it is increasing, battery backup is increasing, weight is less. But how these are the changes? As per the need of the customer. जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, according to that we are planning to produce the new product in the coming days. So they are capturing the things, they are capturing the voice of the customer, and then after 15 days or 20 days they are passing that recording to the R&D section of that company कि अब आप इन पे वर्क करो, so that the next product should have such type of specifications जो उन्हें कस्टमर परचेस करे. So that type of things we will discuss in this schematic diagram. Means how a real world problem. Real world problem is what? The genuine problem faced by the customer, or you can say that what is the need of the customer, how we will handle and how we will solve such type of problems with the help of mathematical model. There is no ready-made way to success in the market, otherwise company will fail. Another example, if you are aware, last year production of the Ford motor has stopped in India, बंद कर दिया उसने. क्यों? Quality was very good, in spite of that they have stopped production because they were not fitting the specifications of their company, of their product in the eyes of the customer. They are focusing on the quality, but in the first slide I have discussed what is the quality. Maruti is giving the quality as compared to the Ford, no? But in spite of that Maruti is success in the market. Then what is the reason? What the customer wants, what is the prism in the eyes of the customer, they are focusing on that and delivering the product according to the customer is taking. तो अगर हम ये सोचें अपने में कि this is the quality, we will not survive in the market, isn't it? Mathematical model means based on the assumptions, different abstractions, different boundaries, and then we will try to give the solution of that mathematical model by applying the optimization algorithm, or you can say the mathematical algorithm. After solution, we will go for the solution of the real world problem. Both are the different. Solution of the model will not give you the feasible output in terms of the customer. That will give the output in terms of the mathematical model. But who will predict? You will predict, we will predict. We will predict that, and after that interpretation, we will give the final sense to the customer according to this and how we have solved your problem. So such type of things are in the market nowadays under the head of the supply chain, because supply chain is a hot area nowadays in all disciplines of BTech as well as in MBA and others. supply chain analytics, if you will say, supply chain performance system, they are the different programs in many institutes, 1 year, 6 months, related to supply chain. Why? Because the success rate is only on the basis of such type of things nowadays. Where we can apply the concept of optimization? Anywhere. Whether you are working in the engineering, whether you are working in the hospital, in education, anywhere you can apply the concept of optimization. It is not a compulsion you will apply the optimization in supply chain. Anywhere we can apply it. These are the general form of the optimization. Means here you focus only this part, minimum or maximum. It will give you the nature of the objective function. There are the two things in the optimization problem. One is the objective function and second one is the condition or constraint, you can say. Means under what boundaries we will work. In engineering or in any other things, we are applying the applied mathematics, not the real mathematics. Applied mathematics is what? When we are creating the model under different boundaries. And real mathematics without boundaries. Engineering is based on the applied mathematics. If applied mathematics, it means there are the boundary conditions. There are two types of the optimizations, multi-objective or multi-attribute. Here in today's class, I will focus on multi-attribute. Multi-attribute. It means the term parametric is related with multi-attribute. Multi-attribute is based on the different decisions and multi-attribute is based on the different decisions based on the considering criteria. How? I will explain in the further slides with a proper example. Means how you can apply it. You see this figure. Visualize this. These are the indicators. Indicators you can understand as a different parameters at this level. You can count this 6, 7. Again 3. Again 5. It means different types of problems, different types of factors at one end. After that, what we are doing here? Stage wise, we are compiling these into one. For example, if we are having 5 problems, so based on these 5 problems, you try to make a composite of a one problem. As an example, why such type of parameters, such type of concept we will use? Based on the Pareto principle. You know Pareto principle? 80-20 rule? है ना? तो क्या कहता है 80-20 rule? मैं बताता हूँ. Pareto principle is 80-20 rule. It means that is also applicable in our real life. 80% are the problems and 20% are the regions. Means 80% problems are due to the 20% regions, and we are working to reduce the problem, but we should work to reduce the regions. If we will reduce the one region, then ultimately directly we can reduce 4 problems at a time. तो problem कभी कम नहीं हो सकती, रीजन आप कम कर सकते हो. तो on the fact of that, this is the composite index. Here means different level पर हमने different index लिए. After that, we have compiled the last one. It means if you will see, there is an impact of all these. There is an impact of all these, and by using this formula, how we will apply this formula, I will explain the further slides. We can go for the final decision, or you can say the optimization. There are the 2 types of approaches. First one is the qualitative, second one is the quantitative. On which type of approach we should work? कौन सी अप्रोच को हमें ज़्यादा यूज करना चाहिए? क्वांटिटेटिव या क्वालिटेटिव? डिपेंड्स ऑन. फॉर एग्जांपल,
जैसे हमें मास प्रोडक्शन में जाना है तो वी कैन एडजस्ट सम क्वालिटी, एंड अगर हमें जैसे लिमिटेड एडिशन बनाना है तो वी विल फोकस ऑन क्वालिटी.
इसको हम ऐसा ध्यान रख सकते हैं. इन ए ब्रॉड, इफ यू आर थिंकिंग, देन वी विल वर्क ऑन द क्वालिटेटिव अप्रोच. If in general we are working, then we will work on the quantitative approach. The quantitative approach, you can say, if you are having some data, if you are having some model, if you are having some past practices, then you can apply the quantitative approach. If you are solving a general problem which is not existing previously, then you will apply the qualitative approach. First you will think what is this, and you will create the model based on the different parameters. After that you will apply the quantitative approach, isn't it? So nowadays if you will see, the industrial sector are applying the concept of qualitative approach. Why qualitative approach? But if we will talk about the 1980s or 1990s, that was the complete market based on the quantitative approach. Nowadays it is based on the qualitative approach. What is the reason of this? We are the reason for this. Our mindset, changing minds, डायनेमिक एनवायरनमेंट, अभी कुछ चाहिए कल को कुछ और चाहिए. एक फ़ोन है अभी यूज करेंगे, कल सोचेंगे इसकी कोई सेल आई है क्या, इसको हम सेल आउट करें दूसरा ले लें. मीन्स कस्टमर माइंड इज वेरी dynamic nowadays. There is a flexibility in the market, there is a uncertainty in the market. It is very difficult for a company to survive in the market. क्या बना रहे हो, किस क्वालिटी का बना रहे हो, that is the secondary parameter. पहले तो ये देखो कि how we will exist. There is a case of Bajaj Chetak scooter. If you are aware about this, we were not aware about the specification of that scooter. कि कितने सीसी इंजन है, क्या कंफर्ट लेवल है, कितना माइलेज है, कुछ नहीं. In spite of that, at that time there was a waiting period for 30-40 days. हमें पता कुछ नहीं है, फिर भी हम लाइन में खड़े हैं. कंपनी ने प्रोडक्ट बनाया. बट nowadays what is going on? कंपनी प्रोडक्ट बनाएगी बाद में, but first virtually they will demonstrate the all features, all specifications in the eyes of the customer. कि हम ये बना रहे हैं, ये लॉन्च होगा, ये 25 में लॉन्च होगा, ये लॉन्च होगा. एंड आफ्टर दैट दे आर कलेक्टिंग द data of the search by the customer, कि how many customers are interested in this product. अब हम देखते हैं कि कोई भी कार आ रही है, वेटिंग पीरियड 6 months. जब आपको पता है कि डिमांड आ रही है तो why is the waiting period for 6 months and 1 year? That is the strategy, that is the market strategy in order to have the maximization of the profit. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर उन्होंने बना के रख लिए सारे प्रोडक्ट कि सेल जा रही है, ऑर्डर हो रहे हैं, कस्टमर माइंड चेंज होने लगा. पैसे तो उसने दिए नहीं आपको पूरे, 10,000 20,000 बुकिंग मनी दी है, उसमें भी कंडीशन है कि आफ्टर डिडक्शन ऑफ द 25% यू विल रिटर्न द रिमेनिंग बैलेंस. तो आपने तो ले लिए अपने पैसे, चलो 5,000 तुम्हारे बेकार हो गए. कंपनी का क्या होगा? कंपनी गई. तो दैट इज द रीजन दे आर हैंडलिंग द डिमांड्स बेस्ड ऑन द लॉन्ग पीरियड. दे आर प्रोड्यूसिंग द प्रोडक्ट बट not exactly. The best example of this, if you are aware, in 2008 or 9, the Dell computer was not available on the shops. किसी भी शॉप पर नहीं था. Only online you can purchase the Dell computer or Dell laptop in 2008 or 9. That is the best example of the supply chain. What they have included in this supply chain of the Dell computer. Customer is placing the order online, they are collecting the demand. After that they are passing the information to the others because they are not having the inventory at their own end. स्क्रीन कौन बना रहा है? सोनी. प्रोसेसर कौन बना रहा है? इंटेल. they are the you can say the core manufacturer of that particular part. It means they can handle the inventory. Dell is not handling the inventory. After receiving the demand, they are passing the signal to the Sony कि आप ये स्क्रीन रेडी रखो, फिर प्रोसेसर इंटेल आप ये रेडी रखो, and they will assemble the product and deliver to the customer. Just in time concept. They are reducing the inventory. It means we cannot say these are the fixed stages in the supply chain. According to you, according to your plan, you can modify the stages. Only the maximization of the profit. So that digitalization is also the part of such type of concept nowadays. Decision theory. Decision theory is based on the decision analytics. There is a term expected value. Expected value is what? Expected value is probabilistic value, because exact value we cannot find out in the market. It is dependent on different set of parameters. On the basis of that, we can go for the subjective interpretations. Only on the basis of that. Otherwise, we cannot go for a particular decision. ये पॉइंट देखो, डिसीजन थ्योरी इज ऑफ टू टाइप्स, डेस्क्रिप्टिव और प्रेस्क्रिप्टिव. फर्स्ट वन डेस्क्रिप्टिव, पढ़ो इसको, हाउ पीपल टेक डिसीजन, और सेकंड हाउ दे शुड टेक डिसीजन. तो नाउ डेज इंडस्ट्रीज आर वर्किंग ऑन द प्रेस्क्रिप्टिव, नॉट ऑन द डेस्क्रिप्टिव. तो जो ये एग्जाम्पल था बजाज चेतक का, एट दैट टाइम descriptive theory was in use. Nowadays prescriptive theory is in use. At the previous time जब हम बजाज चेतक की बात करें तो companies were on the driver seat and customer was on driven seat. कंपनी चला रही थी, कंपनी ने प्रोडक्ट बनाया and they are delivering to the market and customer is purchasing that product, whether he or she is aware about that or not. But nowadays customer is on driver seat and company is on driven seat. आप क्या बनाओगे, जो हम चाहेंगे, otherwise we will not purchase. So you can understand the complexity of the new product or the existing product development in the present scenario. So ultimately we have discussed the term decision. Now decision is based on what? किस पर बेस्ड है डिसीजन? डिसीजन इज बेस्ड ऑन डाटा. और व्हाट इज डाटा?
Information about anything.
Then what is information? Things are right. Data is information is data. But what is the difference in that? Data we can collect from the different sources. Graph, experiments, different images, other analysis, other platforms. There are so many sources. Data analysis, by applying the different concept of the statistical analysis, optimization based algorithms, we can go for the data analysis. It is also the very general term. You please be focused here. Data versus information. Both are the same things. What is data? What is information?
डेटा एक सर्ब्रॉड स्कोप का है, पर इंफॉर्मेशन का स्कोप नैरो हो जाता है.
Sir, information is basically processed data.
Yes, information is processed data. You focus on the last figures. You will focus here green and blue color. Complete volume in both the figures. This is data. If you have processed it in respect to the systematic way by applying the any mathematical approach, that is the information. Or we can say the systematic processing of the data is the information. तो डाटा में तो इन्फॉर्मेशन है. नाउ डेज ए टर्म बिग डाटा एनालिटिक्स इज इन प्रैक्टिस. बिग डाटा एनालिटिक्स, तो क्या है बिग डाटा एनालिटिक्स? ए ह्यूज डाटा. वी विल कंपाइल दैट डाटा एंड वी विल गिव द information. The best example, if you will search the different hotels in the different cities at the different seasons, price will fluctuate. How they are fluctuating? By the use of artificial intelligence based on your searching. जो तुम सर्च कर रहे हो वो कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि कहाँ पे ज़्यादा डिमांड जा रही है. जहाँ पे डिमांड ज़्यादा जाएगी प्राइस विल इंक्रीज. जहाँ कुछ नहीं हो रहा प्राइस डाउन. सेम एग्जांपल, आप अमेजोन में कोई भी प्रोडक्ट सर्च करो, उसको परचेज ना करो, ऐड टू कार्ट कर लो. आफ्टर 2-3 days प्राइस विल इंक्रीज. आप उसे हटा दो, फिर ऐड करो, प्राइस विल डाउन automatically. So that is the practice based on the cloud computing, based on the artificial intelligence. Amazon has developed their own cloud server. That is the reason of the success of the Amazon over the Flipkart. पहले Flipkart का अच्छा था मार्केट, अब नहीं है. क्यों? Because they are not delivering the proper information to the customer. उन्होंने कहा प्रोडक्ट आ जाएगा, आ जा नहीं रहा, कल आएगा. Amazon क्या कर रहा है? They are taking a proper information, proper tracking. If they are giving the delivery date of today, then they will deliver today or one day before. That is the trust in the eyes of the customer and completely based on the supply chain. Information is access at each and every stages, each and every server. Everybody can take the information. So that is the benefit of the digitalization or digital supply chain. ये हमने डिस्कस कर लिया है. यूनिवेरिएट में इसको स्किप करता हूँ. Characteristics of good data. It should be free from bias. Second, free from confounding. Second, extraneous variables and statistical process. Because information sharing is not important. हम कहते हैं कि information share करो, मैं कहता no. What information we are sharing and with whom we are sharing, that is the important part. अभी मैं कुछ भी कहने लगूँ आपसे कि ऐसा होगा, मैं इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर कर रहा हूँ 100%, लेकिन सब गलत है. तो इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयरिंग इज नॉट ए इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर. इन्फॉर्मेशन इंटेंसिटी एंड द कंटेंट ऑफ द इंफॉर्मेशन एंड विद whom we are sharing, that is the important part. Meaning of bias, all we know, means favor for some individuals